Chang's PTT Group flagship for oil marketing and retail operations in Thailand. Ladies and gentlemen, we issue a buy recommendation for a good target price 15.6 baht, representing 13.9% upside. Our valuation reflects a prudent stance supported by MVP thesis. MOR remains the market leader in Thailand fuel and retail space. The lifestyle segment accelerates EBITDA growth by boosting value per visit. P. The Philippines units serve as a volume-driven value creator for the group. Established by PTT Group, OR serves as the flagship for Thailand integrated oil and retail business. First, the mobility segment operates around 2,300 stations, contributing 89% of revenue, and serves as the financial backbone. Second, the lifestyle segment, Cafe Maison with over 4,200 outlets, accounting for 3% of revenue, despite delivering a substantial 34% of EBITDA. This is the high-margin profit driver. Third, the global segment, OR replicates this ecosystem in C, L, M, V, and the Philippines, acting as a scalable growth engine. Our first thesis confirms OR as a market leader. Thailand fuels is highly consolidated, yet OR stands number one with 40% of market share and a massive sales volume of 26 billion liters. Beyond oil, OR leads EV transition with over 1,300 stations, far exceeding the other competitors who operate only hundreds. Why does this scale matter? Broad network coverage drives higher traffic, allowing OR to convert visits into incremental revenue and profit to its lifestyle ecosystem.
Our second thesis focuses on boosting EBITDA to the lifestyle segment. Given that OR currently achieve nationwide scale, the strategy is going forward is to shift toward higher spending per visit. The company is actively optimizing its product mix and retail format to drive revenue per visit, ensuring that every customer interaction delivers deeper monetization and stronger bottom line growth. Therefore, we forecast total lifestyle EBITDA to grow at 5% CAGR over the next 5 years. This will be accompanied by a steady improvement in EBITDA margin, rising from 25.4% in 2025 to 27.3% by 2030. Our third thesis is that OR growth extends far beyond Thailand. This international growth is encouraged by the Philippines, which purchased a robust 18% year-on-year surge, validating pivot towards C&I and wholesale channel. We consider that the 1.4% market share is a vast opportunity, and we forecast sales volume growth at 8% CAGR over the next 5 years. Crucially, volume expansion creates powerful operating leverage, driving the EBITDA and cash flow that fundamentally underpin our buy recommendation.
In terms of valuation, given our diverse business portfolio, we employed a sum of the part valuation technique to accurately capture the distinct growth profiles and risk characteristics of each segment. For the mobility segment, the number of tourists forecast is to rebound to 35 million in 2026. We model the aviation segment to outperform the saturated domestic retail market, benefiting OR as OR is the primary supplier of jet fuel. The structural shift toward high volume commercial sales underpins our revenue recovery thesis. We assume conservative retail growth of 1.4% to 2%, while commercial demand tracks GDP at a 2.2% CAGR. We adopted the weighted average cost of capital at 8.2% and the terminal growth rate at 0%. For lifestyle valuation, we forecast the number of cups sold by Cafe Maison to hit 454 million in 2030 with CapEx declines. New stores opening will drop from 285 last years to just 48 stores in 2030s. This shifts the focus from expansion to efficiency. We adopted the WACC at 7.1% and the terminal growth rate at 1.5%. For the global outlook, we exclude Cambodia from our base case evaluation due to the current conflict with Thailand. However, we model 21.6% volume growth in 2026 to capture immediate upside in the Philippine market. So we adopted the WACC at 10.5% and the terminal growth rate at 0.4%.
Next, we move to risk prioritization. The risk from intense competition and EV transition should have material impact to OR. Following the BCP SO acquisition in 2023, BCP network scale has moved significantly closer to OR. At the same time, PTG has continued its aggressive expansions. The market structure has shifted to a noticeably narrower competitive gap. As a result, OR lost certain market share to BCP and PTGs. Although OR was a leader in this market, it is important for OR to adapt themselves. Given this, OR further expanded its lifestyle business, which is a key strength of OR and generate higher margins. Next, the core risk of EV transitions is a transition risk in which the oil profit pool start to decline, while EV related and non-oil earnings have yet to scale significantly. While EV transition is accelerating, EV still represent a relatively small share of the total vehicle fleet, so substitution is likely to be gradual and may take time to become materials. For scenario analysis, we stress three key drivers: GP per liter, same-store sales growth, and Philippine volume. In our bull case, favorable condition drive the target price to 21 baht. Conversely, the bear case see a floor at 11.2 baht.
In addition, we stress test valuation using the Monte Carlo simulations against the current price. The buy probability stands at 62%. Moving to sensitivity analysis, we prioritize GP per liter since oil remains the dominant revenue driver. Even a slight margin shift here trigger a significant swing in valuations. Next, I will highlight ORA's strengths, which make it attractive for long-term investors. OR has stated clear targets: carbon neutrality by 2030 and net zero carbon by 2050. To support this, OR is rolling out solar rooftops across service station network, ensuring a higher proportion renewable electricity. Socially, OR champions inclusive growth via the TIDES program. In parallel, the company has strengthened supply chain oversight, increasing supplier audits. Regarding governance, PT 75% holding centralized control, but ensure strategic stabilities. To balance this, OR maintains independent with 50% independent directors and 93% non-executive members on the board. In conclusion, OR still looks interesting to investors. Its strong market leadership in Thailand fuel retail business and the lifestyle segment helps to drive EBITDA growth by increasing spending per visit. On top of that, the Philippine business and volume support. And this is our MVP thesis, with a target price 15.6 baht and a 13.9% upside. Now is the time to invest in OR. Thank you. Now the floor is open for Q&A.
Okay, everybody, I will start with for the cafe business. You forecast that the cup per store will increase. How is that going to happen? And for the new store, where is the location for the new store?
The customer is in case for the premiumizations, optimizing product mix, but because it fed to monetizations, not the volume expansion, not the scale expansions, slide of ASP is going to is increased and the store acquisition is decreased and the cut is from monetization. The capital increase from the monetizations is from the overall strategy to increase the premiumizations product mix and
So the increase is the ASP, not the
The revenue
cup.
per store. I think the revenue per store, not the number of cups sold, right?
yes.
And then can the company increase the price of this coffee every year? What is the last time the company increased its price on, let's say, America?
I think the OR is maintain the price level and they try to improve the revenue by optimize or increase product mix to increase the revenue.
And what is that for product?
Like home use product.
And the premiumized products. Basically, OR has a mass market at a coffee, and they have strategy to improve revenue per bin is premiumized products and home use product.
Okay, so they are cross-selling the new product.
Yes.
What is the percent revenue contribution for the at-home product you just mentioned? Can you just go back to that slide, please? You mentioned about the premium beverage and also at-home products, right? Do you know what is the percent of the revenue contributed by at-home products?
OR is not disclosed about premium products, but we can forecast about in the 2020 to 24, the store of Amazon is increased all the time, but in CapEx expansion, then stable to store, and we forecast about the lifetime increase, and we assume about the premium product can increase the revenue too.
Because why should I believe that at-home product will be the rising star for Amazon, right? Given that there are so many competitors in the market, why should we believe that this one will be the one that make the OR more profitable?
Because OR had a massive scale with the PT stations and the restaurant, and we assume that with the massive scale that's drive to sell the premiumized product.
And so the past performance OR report about MPA, they open about the presentation to drive to premium products.
Can you just go back to your valuation part a bit? You suggest the sum of the part methodology, right? I think it's relevant on that, but did you take into account the conglomerate discount in your model?
Can you ask again?
I understand that you recommend to use the sum of the part valuation method, right? And I asked, did you take into account of the conglomerate discount in your model? How did you address this? Because OR is a big conglomerate, right? corporate discount. Did you thought about this, or did you think about this? If you didn't think about this, that's totally fine.
We didn't think about it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Dennis, your turn.
You stressed that the ESG components are quite favorable to be considered for long-term investors, and you detailed the different components. And you also spoke quite favorably to my understanding of the governance component. However, we do understand there has been quite a fluctuation with regards to CEO tenure. Why do you think is this favorable for long-term investors? Would long-term investors not appreciate more stability with regards to CEO tenure?
In governance, in board, PTT is more independent. Like independent director, they use about more than half, like 50% independent director and 93% executive member. And I think, and they have about range method that can independence and oversize every part. And I think about PTT, a majority shares can make advantage for PTT for OR tools, like a supply chain from oil, the upstream, they can stable supply chain too. Which make they can stable on every part.
One of your key investment thesis in the MVP model is that PTTOR is a market leader. Can you elaborate what's the competitive advantage that can keep them maintaining their status as the market leader?
The first thing we OI have nationwide scale. You can see we like the leader in market share and also oil volume. So and also EV transition with like we far exceeding the other competitors, which is about only 100. And also we have like Blue Plus member to like monetize. We can personal marketing to our member that can create like additional.
And my next question is why Philippines? What is the profitability of profit in Philippines for PTT and who is the market leader there?
The Philippines is focused by the CNI auctions and in our assumptions is to see the CAGR.
With regards to feedback that we might share, so I'd like to start off by saying what I very much like is that you come up with a thesis for your presentation, which I do understand, and you presented nicely the MVP, right? So I worked in startups for many, many years. Like normally we consider an MVP as a minimal value proposition, right? So, but for you, I think it's nice how you then differentiate why this supports your